The air thickens with an unspoken tension that hangs heavy in the atmosphere, as if the very fabric of existence is stretching thin, pulling at the edges of what you perceive as normal. You've felt it deep in your bones, a subtle, almost imperceptible rift tearing through your everyday reality, transforming what was once solid ground into a swirling vortex of urgency, unease, and unexplained shifts that leave you questioning everything. But what if this disorienting whirlwind isn't just random chaos thrown at you by an indifferent universe? What if it's the precise unfolding of an ancient Vedic prophecy, one etched into the sacred scrolls of time, where the intricate threads of your karma, woven across lifetimes of joy, sorrow, and unfinished lessons, are rising to the surface, demanding to be unraveled and reformed? This isn't mere disruption, it's a cosmic storm brewing, one that insists you step into the role of the ultimate alchemist, turning the heavy lead of your soul's burdens into radiant, untarnished gold. 9 sacred signs are emerging from the shadows, each one a hidden, enigmatic key, unlocking doors to profound transmutation. The first tugs at you like an invisible magnet, drawing you into depths of silence you've long avoided. But the 9th, it looms as a cataclysmic force that could shatter the illusions you've clung to for so long. And you'll only uncover its full, world-altering power if you dare to stay and witness the revelation. This resonant echo from the ancients isn't whispering by accident. It's stirring something primordial and profound within your very essence, a call that vibrates through the core of your being, like a long-forgotten melody resurfacing from the depths of memory. If your soul feels this pull, this undeniable resonance that tugs at the strings of your heart, pause right here in this sacred moment. What hidden truth, buried beneath layers of doubt and distraction, is calling out to you with such insistence? Share it below in the comments, for your voice isn't just a solitary note. It's a vital, shimmering ingredient in our collective awakening, weaving together the tapestry of shared enlightenment, where individual insights merge into a greater, harmonious whole. Imagine waking to a world that assaults your senses with relentless demands for your attention, endless notifications, conversations pulling you in every direction, a cacophony of obligations that drown out your inner voice. Yet amidst this frenzy, an invisible, almost magnetic force begins to drag you inexorably towards solitude, making those once comforting old friends, habitual distractions, and social whirlwinds feel like heavy chains weighing down your free-spirited essence. Why this sudden, inexplicable craving for stillness, for retreating into the quiet corners of your existence when everything around you buzzes with unyielding noise and motion that seems designed to keep you perpetually engaged? It's no mere coincidence or fleeting whim. Your Atma, the eternal, unchanging core of your being that transcends the physical form, is undergoing a profound recalibration in the hidden shadows of your consciousness, realigning itself to higher frequencies that the mundane world cannot touch. But how does this enforced isolation, this deliberate withdrawal from the external chaos, evolve into your greatest source of untapped power? A fortress where true strength is forged. And what dire consequences might unfold if you resist this pull, ignoring the soul's insistent guidance? This is the first sign, a sacred pause deliberately orchestrated by the universe to purify your aura, cleansing the subtle bodies of accumulated energetic debris before the real, transformative storm gathers its full might. To navigate this enigmatic threshold without losing your way, try this simple yet potent ritual. Find a serene space away from the world's clamor. Inhale deeply for a deliberate count of 4. Hold the breath gently as if cradling a fragile flame. Then exhale slowly for 6, releasing the pent-up tensions. Feel the invisible anchor drop into the depths of your being, grounding you firmly while silencing the frantic whirl of thoughts that threaten to overwhelm. But remember, this practice is merely the gateway, a humble entry point to deeper mysteries. The true transformation, the alchemical shift that turns solitude into sovereignty, waits patiently deeper within the unfolding narrative, beckoning you to explore further. Now picture vivid, haunting dreams invading the sanctity of your nights. Landscapes and places you've never physically visited, materializing with startling clarity. Emotions surging through you that feel alien, yet intimately familiar. A déjà vu so piercing and sharp, it slices through the veil of your waking life, leaving you disoriented and pondering connections that defy rational explanation. Why are these fragmented visions and sensations surfacing with such intensity now, burdening your psyche with echoes that seem to originate from bloodlines long faded into history's mists? It's not a malevolent curse or random hallucination. It's the vast ethereal Akashic records, the cosmic library, archiving every soul's journey across eternity, cracking open their sealed vaults specifically for you, demanding that you confront and heal the ancestral knots tangled within your karma's intricate web. But whose wounds are these truly, yours alone, or the unresolved pains of generations past that have been passed down like invisible heirlooms? And what unbreakable, repeating cycle lurks hidden in their depths, waiting to be identified and dissolved before it perpetuates further? This second sign is your profound inheritance, a living tapestry of interconnected souls stretching back through time, begging for the illuminating light of awareness to mend its frayed threads. To pierce through the confusion and gain clarity, gaze intently at indigo's deep, mesmerizing hue. Perhaps the vast expanse of a twilight sky fading into night, or the polished surface of a lapis lazuli stone held in your palm. To activate the third eye's intuitive vision, this sacred color soothes the turbulent waves of mental fog, transforming bewildering burdens into crystalline wisdom that reveals the underlying patterns you are destined to shatter. But it leaves you with lingering intrigue. What ancient pattern, woven into your lineage's fabric, must you boldly shatter to liberate not just yourself, but the echoes of those who came before, freeing them all from the chains of repetition? Suddenly, the foundations of your once secure life begin to crumble. Beneath you, jobs that provided a steady anchor now feel confining and misaligned. Relationships that offered comfort start to reveal cracks of incompatibility, and daily routines that fit like well-worn gloves suddenly chafe against your evolving self, like ill-fitting armor that restricts your movement. Why this unexpected earthquake rumbling under your feet, shaking loose what you long believed was unshakable and eternal? The universe isn't engaging in wanton destruction or arbitrary cruelty. It's acting as a masterful sculptor, meticulously chiseling away the false attachments and outdated structures that no longer serve your growth, burning them in the fires of change to reveal the authentic contours of your true dharma, the sacred purpose imprinted on your soul for this very incarnation. But what if the sharp pain of this release, this necessary shedding, conceals a greater, more profound loss that you haven't yet anticipated? This third sign is the purifying fire of inevitable change, where unstable ground becomes the fertile soil from which entirely new paths sprout and flourish. To embrace this upheaval without succumbing to fear, engage in a guided visualization. Seek out a quiet moment of introspection, close your eyes, and envision a beautiful ancient river flowing with timeless wisdom, its waters clear and inexorable. See yourself standing poised at its edge, holding in your hands all your old fears, clinging attachments, and limiting stories manifested as small, withered leaves. Gently, one by one, release them into the current's embrace, watching as they float away downstream until the river runs pristine and unobstructed, leaving you with a profound sense of lightness and liberation. This practice trains your mind to relinquish the illusion of control, teaching you to trust the natural divine flow of your destiny. But know this: letting go is only the initial spark of ignition. What magnificent aligned destiny will emerge triumphant on the other side of this transformative blaze, reshaping your reality in ways you can scarcely imagine? Crowds that once invigorated your spirit with their vibrant energy now leave you feeling utterly drained, as if your vital life force is being siphoned away. Trivial gossip and superficial conversations grate against your heightened senses like coarse sandpaper abrading delicate skin, while activities that once passed the time now seem utterly devoid of meaning, clashing harshly with your inner harmony. Why this sudden, almost visceral intolerance for environments steeped in low vibrations, making even familiar everyday spaces feel oppressively toxic and unbearable? Your energetic body, that subtle field surrounding and interpenetrating your physical form, is undergoing a rapid evolution, becoming more refined and sensitive, actively rejecting anything that dims or pollutes your inner light in favor of pursuits that elevate and nourish your spirit. But is this newfound sensitivity a vulnerable weakness to be guarded, or your ultimate, impenetrable shield against the world's draining influences? The fourth sign is a divine gift of sharpened discernment, a mechanism for sacred self-preservation that guides you to protect your aura amid the relentless fray of modern existence. To anchor yourself firmly when this dissonance threatens to overwhelm, turn to the intricate power of the Sri Yantra's sacred geometry. Place a simple representation of this ancient symbol in your personal space, or visualize its interlocking patterns during moments of unrest. Gaze upon its harmonious forms to quiet the incessant mental chatter, realigning your scattered energies into a state of profound balance and unity. It serves as a visual talisman, reminding your energetic field of its inherent sacredness and interconnectedness with all things, but it tantalizingly teases the unknown. What exalted higher frequencies, what realms of elevated consciousness await your discovery if you fully honor this pivotal shift and allow it to guide your path forward? Out of nowhere, long-forgotten passions burst forth like a dormant volcano, erupting into life. A compelling urge to grasp a paintbrush and splash colors across a blank canvas, to pour your thoughts into words on a page through writing that flows unchecked, or to revive a craft you abandoned years ago in the haze of practicality, now burning with an intensity that defies explanation. Why this resurgence of creative impulses now, surging through you with wildfire ferocity when logic and routine have long dictated your days? These aren't frivolous hobbies or passing fancies. They're urgent whispers from the depths of your soul, fragmented expressions of your true dharma, yearning to manifest in tangible, world-touching forms that bridge the divine and the earthly. But what mysterious divine force is fueling these flames, igniting them at this precise moment? And what catastrophic stagnation might ensue if they remain suppressed and unexpressed? This fifth sign is the incandescent spark of cosmic inspiration, a direct link forging your individual creativity to the boundless inventive force of the universe itself, urging you to channel it without reservation. To fully ignite and sustain this inner fire, incorporate the ritual of sacred aromas. Burn pure sandalwood incense to fill your space with its grounding, purifying smoke, or diffuse the rich essence of frankincense essential oil, scents revered for millennia in spiritual traditions to cleanse the air of negativity, calm the restless mind, and open gateways to higher realms of consciousness. These aromatic keys subtly unlock the creative channels that have lain dormant within you, facilitating a seamless flow of inspiration and helping you reconnect with the wellspring of your inner world. But they also provoke deeper curiosity. What extraordinary masterpiece, What transformative work of art or innovation hides just beyond the horizon in your untapped potential, waiting to be birthed into existence? Your gut feelings, once mere subtle hunches flickering at the edge of awareness, now sharpen into undeniable crystalline knowings. Paths that reveal themselves as the right choice before your mind can dissect them logically. Trusts formed with strangers in a heartbeat based on an inner certainty that bypasses reason entirely. Why this dramatic leap from vague intuition to prophetic clarity that feels almost supernatural, overriding the analytical voice of logic with unerring precision? The illusory veil that separates the seen from the unseen is lifting gradually, purifying and awakening your nadis, the subtle energy channels that course through your being, allowing you to perceive reality not just through the limited lens of your 5 physical senses, but with the expansive wisdom of your immortal soul. But what if fully trusting this emergent voice leads to profound isolation from societal norms, alienating you from those who cling to conventional reasoning? The 6th sign is the grand awakening of your intuition, elevating it to the status of your personal oracle, a guiding authority that steers your life toward authentic alignment. To amplify and hone this gift, hold a piece of amethyst or moonstone in your non-dominant hand during periods of meditation or quiet reflection. These gemstones are renowned for their potent abilities to enhance intuitive faculties and foster deeper spiritual connections. Amethyst works to calm the overactive mind and silence distracting mental chatter, creating space for the subtle whispers of inner wisdom to emerge clearly, while moonstone attunes you to the intuitive, cyclical energies of the lunar phases, syncing your perceptions with cosmic rhythms. Embrace this evolution wholeheartedly, yet let it spark lingering questions. What profound truths, what hidden revelations about your path and the world around you will this heightened knowing unveil next, reshaping your destiny in unforeseen ways? People around you begin to unravel in unexpected, often intense ways whenever you're near. Deep confessions spill forth unbidden from those you barely know. Discomfort flares visibly in their expressions, as if your mere presence stirs unrest, turning casual interactions into mirrors that expose vulnerabilities they prefer to keep hidden. Why do you suddenly trigger such raw, unpredictable reactions? A phenomenon that feels both exhausting in its emotional weight and profoundly meaningful in its depth. Your vibration, elevated through inner work and cosmic alignment, is ascending to new heights, inadvertently reflecting back to others their own unacknowledged shadow selves, the repressed fears, pains, and truths they've buried deep. But are you destined to be a healer actively mending these wounds, or merely a neutral catalyst sparking their self-discovery without entanglement? This 7th sign is a form of silent, unspoken service to humanity, positioning you as a radiant beacon of light that draws out the darkness in others, illuminating paths they might otherwise avoid. To fulfill this role without depleting your own reserves, practice a simple yet powerful visualization of a protective sphere. Before stepping into any challenging environment or engaging with someone whose energy feels draining, draw in a deep, centering breath and envision a luminous sphere of brilliant golden white light enveloping your entire being, extending outward like an impenetrable barrier. See this sphere as a selective boundary, permeable only to energies of love and light, while repelling all that is discordant or harmful. This ritual creates a robust psychic shield, helping you remain steadfastly centered in your own truth amid the turbulence, but it also invites introspection. What personal burdens reflected back through these interactions will you encounter and ultimately release in this sacred role, transforming service into mutual liberation? The masks you've meticulously worn for years, those carefully constructed personas designed to please others, to blend seamlessly into society's expectations, or to Shield your vulnerabilities, now begin to crack under an invisible pressure, their once comforting facade turning suffocating as they restrict the free expression of your authentic self. Why this overwhelming craving for raw, unfiltered authenticity? A deep-seated need that risks upending relationships, careers, and identities you've invested so much in building. It's the impassioned cry of your soul for total liberation, a clarion call to dissolve the ego's artificial constructs and step boldly into the unadorned fullness of your true nature, unburdened by pretense. But what acts of radical honesty will this pursuit demand, and what courage must you summon to face the potential fallout of such profound vulnerability? The eighth sign is the fiery forge of self-realization, where the intense friction between your outdated self and the emerging authentic you generates the heat necessary for rebirth, turning discomfort into the catalyst for enduring freedom. To navigate this crucible effectively, engage in the practice of conscious journaling. Set aside time to write down your deepest desires, fears, and aspirations without the filter of self-editing or judgment, posing probing questions to your inner self, such as, if I had no fear holding me back, what bold creations would I bring into the world? Who would I truly embody if no one's gaze was upon me, judging or approving? Or, what does my dharma, my sacred purpose etched into my soul, feel like? As a physical sensation in my body? This act of writing becomes a direct, unmediated conversation with your higher self, externalizing internal conflicts and making the path to resolution tangible and visible, but it also tantalizingly teases the horizon. What liberated, vibrant life will bloom forth from this unyielding honesty, reshaping your existence into a masterpiece of genuine fulfillment? Finally, an unshakable sense of purpose surges through you like a tidal wave of clarity. Not the fleeting rush of worldly ambition driven by ego, but a deep, resonant ananda, the pure bliss of the soul awakening to its inherent divinity, hinting at a mission that transcends articulation, a calling that feels both intimately personal and cosmically vast. Why this inner compass activating with such force now, piercing through the residual chaos of your transformation? You've methodically stripped away the obscuring veils of illusion, doubt, and attachment through the preceding signs. This ninth sign is the culmination, your incarnation's sacred call manifesting as a vital thread in the grand evolution of collective consciousness, a deliberate contribution to the universe's unfolding narrative. But what if this purpose reveals itself to be far bigger than your individual story, with the power to ripple outward and alter the very fabric of reality for others? These 9 signs aren't isolated checkpoints or mere endpoints on a linear path. They're the intricate threads of an ongoing journey, a perpetual process of alchemical transmutation where every challenge encountered becomes an opportunity to convert the dense lead of suffering into the luminous gold of enlightened wisdom. You've glimpsed the radiant potential of this gold within yourself. Now the true test lies in wielding it with intention, applying its transformative essence to every facet of your life and beyond. This cosmic upheaval isn't something inflicted upon you by distant forces. It's unfolding through you, with you as the empowered co-creator, the masterful alchemist shaping the cosmos from within. You're not a passive spectator in this grand drama. You're an active participant, weaving your unique essence into the eternal dance of creation and evolution. The great work, this sacred alchemy of the soul, beckons with open arms. Share this profound key with another wandering soul who navigates these same shadowy mysteries in quiet solitude. Pass it forward not as a casual video share, but as a sacred transmission, a beacon of light illuminating paths that were once shrouded in darkness, fostering connections that amplify our collective journey. To deepen this alchemical odyssey and immerse yourself further in the wellspring of ancient wisdom, I invite you to subscribe and join our inner circle, where more revelations, tools, and communal insights await to support your path. But before you move on, take immediate action to integrate this gnosis. Find a simple piece of paper and a pen, and inscribe one limiting belief or entrenched habit that you are ready to release forever into the ether. Then, articulate one small yet profoundly intentional act you will commit to today that aligns seamlessly with your sacred dharma, your soul's blueprint for this lifetime. This choice isn't a grandiose declaration or overwhelming overhaul. It's the subtle power of a single conscious decision, the first deliberate strike of your chisel against the stone of potential, carving out the first breath of your new, empowered chapter. The celestial event, this profound turning point, was never merely about the vast sky above or external omens. It was always about the unyielding resolve simmering within you, waiting to ignite. What hidden aspect of your being will you choose to transmute today, turning it from shadow into shining light?